A very warm welcome to all our revered members of Charles Walter Society for Innovation and Research. Namaskar and welcome back to yet another vibrant and inspiring episode with a very dynamic and charismatic personality at our talk show so aptly entitled Vandan. Let's meet. I am Bandanpreet Mahajan, your host and host for the evening and for the show, and the broadcast executive of CWSIR. Charles Walter Society for Innovation and Research, where great careers, great choices, and endless opportunities start. First of all, let me give you a formal introduction to CWSIR, which is an NGO founded in 2019 by Dr. Smita Tiwari. It is an independent research institute through the Society Act 21 1860 based in Gorakhpur, UP, India, under the able presidentship of Dr. Abhishek Pandey. CWSIR envisions the promotion of research and innovation and targets the mission to strengthen the society with enlightened intellect and wisdom through the specific ideology with the specialized field or stream. CWSIR is a staunch believer that research, creativity, and innovation can lead the entire fraternity of education to a destiny that can produce great literature, research scholars, national and international patents, and a wider perspective to develop and implement feasible definition of living in peace. The entire credit for this goes to Dr. Abhishek Pandey, who is the president of this NGO. He's a gold medalist, a research oriented educational innovator with many recognitions, awards, and accolades to his credit, and yet he is very humble. CWSIR aims to provide a network for expanding the spirit of creative, innovative, digital literacy in academia. It also provides a strong support to get original and peer reviewed work published in academic journals of highest impact factor. Having said that, let's move on to introducing our distinguished guests for today's show. Today, we have the honor to host the internationally acclaimed Dr. Sandeep Marwah ji. Namaskar, sir. Good evening. I think you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, sir, and I hope you're doing great as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So actually, I think Sir needs no introduction, for he is an incredible, awe-inspiring, and quite a popular name in the world of films. With 7 world records to his credit, he stands distinct and undaunted as the founder of Noida Film City and the creator of Marwah Studios. He is the designer behind the Academy of Film and Television, which is one of the 10 best film schools in the world. Wow, that's really inspiring, sir. As the producer of the largest number of short films in the world, he has been associated with innumerable feature films, television programs, and amateur training films as well. Felicitated with over 700 national and international awards for his contribution to the world of cinema, he's trained over 19,000 media students from 145 countries. You never fail to amaze me, sir, with all these achievements. As Global Cultural Minister, he heads over 100 national and international media and social organizations, besides being the president of the International Chamber of Media and Entertainment Industry, ICMEI. At present, he is the Chancellor of AEFT University of Media and Arts and has also been appointed as the Chief Scout for India. Accolades from overseas include the honour bestowed by the House of Commons in the British Parliament in London and Bavaria Parliament in Munich, besides the Champion of Wales in the Welsh Parliament. So let's get to know more about Dr. Sandeep Marwah. I'm really excited to know more about him. So, sir, my first and foremost question is, I would like to know what drew you towards this film, media, entertainment industry, and how has been this 30-year-long journey of Marwah Studios been so far?
Well, thank you very much, Badanpreet, for calling me today, this evening, on this beautiful show. Everything starts way back, I think, from my school when I was keen and interested in co-curricular activities. I was a part of my school. Probably every activity possible happened that time. I think same thing happened when I was in my college. I was very well encouraged by the principal of my college that time. And I think all those things I carried very well to my professional world. When I passed out my college, I was a part of a theater group in Delhi and did large number of theaters, then joined television. I mean, there was only one channel, Doordarshan, and that's how we were
Yeah.
working for that channel. And and then one good day, I was offered a feature film, and I had to rush to Mumbai for that film. It was unfortunate that the producer of the film passed away even before the launching of the film. That was quite disheartening. But then I never lost my courage, came back home, and I started thinking that that was the time when I actually realized that why we all have to rush to Mumbai for anything and everything to do with the films and television business. Why not to start something in Delhi itself? And that's how I designed Film City in 1986, submit the project to a Noida Authority. 1987, the project got its clearance. 1988, allotments were made. It took us almost 3 years to build up the infrastructure. And 10th March 1991, I started the first professional studio of North India under the name and banner
Wow.
of Marwah Films and Video Studio. And that's the beginning of a one film business in North India in a big way. And people started calling me founder of Noida Film City. That's how.
Great. But I have been to the Marva studios quite often recently, and I think you've really come a long, long way. I mean, the kind of story you've just narrated to us, from really humble beginnings to reaching some place like this here, it's truly an awe-inspiring journey, sir.
Thank you.
And
Thank
yeah, so I would also like to know, sir, as the Chancellor of AAFT University of Media and Arts, since we're all aware of the SDGs as to the imparting of quality education to students, how do you ensure that quality education is actually imparted to our students at the campus? And I would also like you to share some of your future plans with us regarding the university.
Well, I think it all started first. My first few years went in only establishing the Noida Film City because it was my baby, my challenge, and I made it a point that Noida Film City should do well. I tried to bring in a lot of important people to the city, and now we are 16 players. And I'm happy to tell you that Noida Film City is the fastest growing film city in the world today again. It's a
Absolutely.
100-acre campus, 75 acres outdoor, 25 acres indoor, 16 studios. And out of the 16 studios, around about 350 channels are being broadcast to 162 countries, 24 by 7.
Wow.
Around
Brilliant.
17,000 media professionals. They're working in Noida Film City in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. And the cascading effect is that around about 150,000 people, they have been earning their bread because of this film city. So I'm very happy that I could do for the nation. Then it was my turn to look after myself, and I emphasized on studios. I'm very happy that in all these 30 years, we have churned out around about 4,500 television programs. Around about, we've been associated with 125 feature films, 5,000 training films, and my production company has made something like 3,000 short films. Now, coming back to the
Wow.
education, once I when I realized that Marva Studio has been established in 1993, on 22nd July 1993, we started the first private film school of this country, the fourth in the country, and under the name and banner of Asian Academy of Film and Television, with 4 courses, 40 students, and now to 14 colleges, 5,000 students, and we have touched around about 145 countries of the world. And AFT has become now the first film university of the country. And the most important thing, I'm coming down to your question, it's very important to look into the infrastructure, the ambience, the curriculum, the syllabus, the equipment. I'm talking about film, television, and media school.
Yes.
And then you need to be you need to upgrade yourself now and then. It's very important to alter, add, subtract, correct, add a lot of things to make it very vibrant, very powerful, very catchy, attractive, and absolutely industry oriented courses. Then only you are successful in this business. And I take personal interest. I've been taking classes for almost now 25 years, myself, and I've been sharing my experience in media for 40 years with my students, and I'm happy that they learn a lot when they are out of this institution. Then my courses are almost 70-75% practical. They get on hand training. I mean, someone is not only carrying a certificate, a diploma, or a degree as a camera person, he knows his job. He can, right on the spot, right when he's leaving, right at the gate of Marwah Studios, he can be given a opportunity to start a program, and he's absolutely ready to shoot a film. Likewise, the directors, the editors, the actors. So we made these programs uh, up to the mark, and that's
Yeah.
how students are doing very well. My students, they have created a wonderful niche for themselves. Now I'm happy that 19,000 students, they're working in 145 countries of the world.
Wow. Amazing. And as an edupreneur, as an educator myself, I so very much resonate to your idea of, constantly reskilling, designing yourself as a person, as an edupreneur, as a student, so that you constantly keep abreast of the times. And every time I get to interact with you, I think I keep hearing of all those numbers which have been increasing exponentially, and that's a good thing about it. And you're actually doing a great job, sir. You're actually, what you can say, empowering masses and transforming lives. So it's always such a pleasure interacting with you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
So I think another thing that I'd like to know, and I think I'm sure the audiences would also like to know, is how has your experience been serving as the global cultural minister?
Oh yes. See, when I realized that I have so many people coming from so many countries, then I realized that's very important to give them an idea of Indian art and culture. That's my one of the I must say mission now, and simultaneously is very important. If you really want someone to learn about your art and culture, it's very important that you should also learn their art and culture. It's both ways, and that's how we started creating a different committees under International Chamber of Media and Entertainment Industry, ICMEI. When we launched in 2014, that time it was the first chamber which is dedicated to media and entertainment industry all over the world. And the idea of starting that chamber was to actually support our honorable prime minister in his vision of having best of the relation possible with each and every country of the world. And that's how we created 196 international committees, and now we're very happy that we are working with 145 countries and 60 countries government, either through their presidents or vice president, or the prime ministers or the deputy prime ministers, governors or union ministers, or a member parliament. If not, then by their ambassadors or high commissioners have nominated us as their a culture representative or a culture ambassador, or a chair for the culture forum, and so on. And so we are working a lot with so many people at the same time. And it's my good luck that people like you have recognized my efforts. And I was honored 3 times in British Parliament. I was honored in Wales Parliament, and I was honored by the Cyprus President. I was honored by the Tibetan Prime Minister. I was honored by I mean, so many. The
I mean, the
Prime Minister of Nepal.
accomplishments are too many to keep reading. So obviously, I think, sir, I am actually in awe of your interpersonal skills and the leadership skills. I mean, this in turn speaks volumes of the two of these skills that you possess.
No, thank you
Yeah.
very much. I'm humbled. I'm feeling very happy with your words.
Yeah. So, having said that, sir, since you were mentioning about being honored by the House of Commons, the Parliament of Munich, and the Champion of Wales in the Welsh Parliament, I would also like to know, what do these kind of awards and accolades so bestowed upon you from all quarters, be it national or international quarters, what do these awards and accolades actually mean to you? And how
Oh,
has been the feeling?
trust me, I mean, I still remember when I was honored in a big way at Shri Fort Auditorium. That was probably the first my professional media and art or entertainment award. It was honored by Mr. Amarjeet, an organization called Sakha. This is way back, probably 1991. I've just launched my studio, and we suddenly became a very popular setup in North India, being a first one, obviously. And for that, I was honored, and I was amazed. I was excited. I was sweating, and I was nervous receiving that award. And trust me, it was actually a beginning. Today, I'm so happy. I'm so thankful to my whole team, my management, my organizations, my students, my faculty, my administration, because now we have received more than 700 awards from all over the world. And they are so important awards. And probably the much bigger thing is when you are a case study in universities like UCLA, or a French university, or you are I'm a case study in 27 countries today, thanks
Wow.
to the government of India. And uh, these things give you enough energy to work hard, work honestly, to work towards the promotion of your own country, support people to your best, encourage people to achieve their goals. And this is what my aim is today, to bring in the whole world together. My new statement, which I've been propagating, is love, peace, and unity through art and culture. So,
Brilliant.
and this is what I am propagating. And trust me, I have never worked for awards or rewards, but they've been coming to me, and I accept them with wholeheartedly, with a great honor, and I feel humbled with every award which has been bestowed upon me.
Yeah, and I think you've taken it up more like a responsibility that is added onto your shoulder, and you fulfilled that
For sure.
responsibility so well,
That is
so
sure. This
efficaciously.
I've given this statement many times, that with every award, your responsibility towards society, towards media and entertainment industry, towards your nation, it goes up much, much higher. And
Yeah.
I take it very positively, and with a lot of encouragement.
Absolutely. And to top it all, I think you are very humble at heart, despite the fact that you've been awarded so many awards. Still retaining that humility and staying rooted to your ground is something which is very great about you.
Well,
So
thank you.
I think there's a lot to learn from you, sir. Next question for you, sir, is what, according to you, is the significance of innovation and research, given the fact that you yourself are spearheading two research institutes? I think one is in the field of media and the other one is in the field of business. And since
Very
CWSIR is also working in the field of innovation and research, I think a lot of our audiences would like to know about it.
See, there is the very old statement, need is the mother of invention, and man is a bundle of needs. So you need to grow. If you really want to grow, you need to look into something new, different, extraordinary, innovative, different, out of the box. And this is how things move. And that's the reason that I created my own research center. It was the first private research center in the country in the field of media and entertainment industry way back in 1993. And we worked a lot in this. We have made around about 3,000 short films in this program. I'm associated with around about 7,000 different kind of programs, workshops, seminars, symposium, interaction programs, talks, presentations. You know, and you learn a lot. I try to record these things and create something extraordinary, and probably that's the reason that one after another we have created some wonderful organizations, and where I'm trying to bring in large number of people from so many other countries to work together. And this is the only possible when you have an attitude and aptitude towards research. And when I came to know a research organization is going to be today with me for my interview, trust me, I was so happy, because that adds a lot of value to the program also. And my research center has given me so much to proceed further. And in a business center also, it has helped me in growing, because I have a Asian business school, Asian school of business, Asian law college on the other side, other than media. And there we have a business and a research center, and we're working with large number of industry today. I mean, I'm happy that one of the major ideas was 27 years back. I gave one word to English dictionary, and that was film tourism. And that time, nobody knew what film tourism is all about. And trust me, after 27 years, every country is today talking about film tourism. And I'm happy to tell you that I have brought around about 2 million people to Noida Film City under film tourism. And I'm feeling happy because that's one of the major achievement of our research center.
In
And
fact,
that's
sir,
how,
I would like you to share more about this terminology that you're using right now. What is film tourism? We'd like to know more about that as well after you finished with the answer.
yeah, see, I finished. I mean, film tourism is then when people try to move from one place to another in expectations or in need of getting in touch with the people from cinema, television, or media. Let's put that
Oh,
way.
okay.
So that means when I say film tourism, that means a unit which I am bringing from USA to shoot in India. We are trying to show them they're doing Ricky and they're moving around to four, five, six different places, untapped, untouched, virgin places. They're beautiful places, and they want to shoot their film in those locations. And those locations have now become the part of one of the biggest projects in USA, and that has brought many people. First, the film unit itself, then Indians who've been rushing to see those shootings happening in different cities. Then, and third, after the release of the film, many people have started coming to those places just to see that those very important films were shot in these particular locations. So it becomes a lifelong statement for those kind of cities, and they develop a lot of tourism because of that. And this
Wow.
is all called film tourism.
Glad to know about this. I mean, this was something new for me as well. As a matter of fact, sir, I would like to take time out in order to acknowledge the presence of some of our esteemed guests here. We have Amit Kaur, we have Ismat Zareen, Kusum Kavar, Titiana Silveson, and we also have Dr. Abhishek Pandey. And he is saying that Dr. Marwa is a great personality in various domains, and he's glad to host you on this platform of his. And I think he met you sometime back at the Indian Habitat Center, New Delhi, in one of the doctoral convocations. So that's Dr. Abhishek Pandey.
Hi,
Yeah.
Mr. Pandey.
So the world is indeed a small place. So let's move on to our next question, sir. How do you see the significance of media and entertainment as a career option for students in the post-COVID world?
Well, I think digitization has become another very important part of media, and it has brought the whole world much closer to each other. And the scope for media and entertainment industry has grown much wider today. There was a time when you're supposed to make programs for a local channel or a local body or a local station. Today, you are in a position to create your name for the whole world. You can
Right.
create a program for the audience of the whole world. And today, I can comfortably say that the whole world is your audience. There was a time when I used to say that 1/6 of the world stays in India. One 130 crore people, your audience. But let me change my statement today. I can comfortably say that it's 8 billion who are your customers today. So the
Right.
scope has gone much higher, whether it's been any of the formats on news or current affairs or on entertainment side, whether you are for a big screen or you are for the small screen, you are there. And there is no much difference left today. Only thing is that you need to prepare some of the finest programs possible. There is an audience for anything and everything today.
Absolutely. Very well said, sir. As a matter of fact, who would have thought that I would be sitting sometime somewhere in Delhi and I would be interviewing Dr. Sandeep Marwah, who's right now in Simla, and we would be having audiences from Romania and Uttar Pradesh. And I mean, this is the kind of world how we've got closer together in the virtual world because of the COVID-19. So yes,
Absolutely.
that's very, yeah. So that's quite pretty well said. And obviously, it means that we need to work upon the quality of programs that we have across for the audiences. We need to cater to a variety of audiences these days. And this one is my favorite question, sir. And already know quite a lot about your work, but still, I would want you to share with our audiences about your endeavors in the field of number one, education. I think you've already spoken quite a lot. So, education is already done, environment, empowerment, and societal edification or upliftment. So,
Well,
I know you're into all these fields, and I'm really much excited to know more about this.
yeah, the fact is that other than the education, film and television and media setup, we have created a large number of social organization. We have International Public Broadcasting Forum, International Women's Film Forum, International Children's Film Forum. We have an organization which is looking after a big way in disability. Then we have an organization which is uh, there to support every good issue which is started by government of India. Like for example, we are very deeply into green India, clean India, startup India, stand up India, digital India. We are highly into clean Ganga, clean Yamuna, save the water, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. We are massively into it. And when I'm talking about it, that means we have done probably hundreds of programs, events, conferences, workshops, seminars, and brought people from all over the world. I can recollect if immediately probably 100 international summits which I have already done, and altogether probably 7,000 events which we have completed today. Anything and everything which is needed in a society is a part of our social organization, and we are encouraging people to come forward, share our time, our facilities, our setup to speak something good for the country, for the betterment of the society. Because I have always believed that there is one religion, and that is the biggest religion on this earth is humanity. So if you're putting up your efforts, if you are investing your resources, and if it is touching the hearts of people, then you are on the right track. And I'm happy that it's been 27 years we've been working on disability. We are running a two organization on disability. There is a festival which we are running on disability. When I say women empowerment, then though we started this organization to support people from film, television, and media, mind you. But then suddenly and gradually, slowly and steady, when we learned that there are much more things than this a woman in media, then we thought, why not to take up those points? And today, I'm happy that more than 1,000 women uh, who are leaders in themselves, they're leaders, and we are supporting their organizations so that they can further help many more people of this country. So it's a chain. Basically, it's a chain, and I believe in building up a chain. I believe in supporting people who have a good vision, and people whose intentions are good. That's very important.
Yes. That makes complete sense. And that's a very, very pragmatic and at the same time a very, very humanistic approach towards your work that you've adopted, sir. And just to conclude formally and ceremonially, I would like to ask you if there's any message that you'd like to share with our audiences this evening.
Well, it's very important for everyone to take care of this pandemic. It has not over yet. It's going to take another 1 year for all these things to die of its own. And keep distance, social distance, use mask, very important. And that's going to save people from this coronavirus. And on the second account, I would love to say that never get disheartened, never feel let down, never lose your hope, because your goals are hidden in your hopes. And I recollecting one line कि विभासित कर गगन भूतल तिमिर को ज्योति देता चल, निराशा के अंधेरे को मिटा दे ले प्रभंजन बल। कहीं पूनम अमावस्या, कहीं उलझन, कहीं फिसलन, कहीं कांटे, कहीं पहरा कटिल बंधन। यहाँ प्रतिकूल है सब कुछ, कहीं मरुस्थल, कहीं बादल, मगर तू मुस्कुराता चल, दिशाएं हो उठे उज्जवल। मगर तू मुस्कुराता चल, दिशाएं हो उठे उज्जवल। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank
जय
you
हिंद।
so much, sir. That is, in fact, something which is, a must. This is something really inspirational. We have Gurjeet Kaur Ghuman who says this is truly inspirational. Thank you so much, sir, for taking time out of your hectic schedule. I know you've been out of station with your family, and still, I mean, besides, even though you are quite busy, I know, and still you found out time to be here with us, answering all our questions. It is indeed really a great honor for us. We also have more people joining in, so I'll just acknowledge their presence before we close the meeting. So it's Maggie Ali Hajizi, who's from Lebanon, and Kusum Kawar is also with us here. Thank you so much once again, sir. It's indeed an
Thank you,
honor and privilege to have hosted you.
Balanpreet. Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure, really pleasure.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Thanks a lot.